What's going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and I'm going to be going over the LEC lineup build, and we are under the gun as far as time pressure goes. It's 11 minutes until post time. So we're just going to have to get right into it. There are 14 lineups we're going to be putting into the Shock Blast, and we're going to be putting one lineup into the Triumphant Warrior. And the good news is we already did the work in that we did our projections, and we already did our sim data so that the contest sims know what tournaments that we're playing. And we already actually just built the initial shell of the lineups. So what's going to be interesting is to see what we get here because you have two huge favorites in MCOY and FNC. And whether you get 4 3s of those two is going to really depend on pricing. Okay. Like if pricing is such you can get them in easily, then that's what people are going to do. And it's going to be tough to get unique there. So when I ran these lineups right away, I did see the top 12 were 4 3s. Well, actually, not the top 12, but of the top 15, 12 of them were 4 3s. And it was actually getting mostly FNC MCOY. So it looks as though it's going to be pretty chalky today. Let's take a look after we run the sims if that kind of helps us here. Yeah, so it doesn't really help too much. What about, does it get any 4 2s? Yeah, so it does get me 5 4 2s. So maybe that'll help somewhat. So unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about this. The two of them project pretty well. We already ran the sims to try to get a little different. And the good news is that there are only 15 lineups per person, so it's not as if you need to be too crazy. I do have about 33% of the lineups is 4 2s. So that's got to be worth something as far as uniqueness goes, in case you get some kind of wild game there. So let's just go ahead and put these in as is. Actually, we'll use autofill. Maybe that'll shake it up a little bit. And what that does is that makes sure I don't have any dupes. I'll put one lineup, the best lineup in the Triumphant Warrior, if it's going to sim in both. And then the next best, we're going to be putting the Shock Blast. Let's do that. Let's see if that helps at all. Probably not. So we're going to be getting 100% FNC. But then it looks like, hey, listen, we're getting some SK, so that's not bad. So let's save these to the contests. Upload these. And then you guys will know who I have. We're able to do this pretty quickly. Partially because it's such a straightforward slate and not a lot of decisions I have to make. So let's remind ourselves who we have in the Triumphant Warrior first. So in the Triumphant Warrior, just so you guys know we're rooting for, we are having 3 MCOYs, but then, it's interesting, but we have 4 FNCs without them being in the captain. So that's going to get me probably a little bit unique, which is good in the Triumphant Warrior. And then in the Shock Blast, let's see, 4-mans. Let's take a look at the 4-mans. Almost all of them are FNC, but we do have some MCOYs. But so we're rooting right off the bat for FNC to have a really big game. I guess that's pretty much it. I'll put this up live right now, and that's going to do it. Good luck.